Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of In My Element with Neil. And I'm the co host, Turk Ray. Thanks for being here this morning. Hope everything is fine with you and your families today. All righty. Well, today is Tuesday, Talent Tuesday, and I believe we're going to have a guest on today, Dee the librarian, and she's a poet and an author and very smart lady. She was on Blood Brother Mike's What's on the Grill yesterday, and she just set the airwaves on fire. I mean, it was really nice. There was a couple of more spoken word artists on there, and it was really a great show. Morning, Ama, Divine Designs, Alicia. Good morning. I'm glad y'all here this morning. I guess we're about done with all of the jokes and stuff. I'm not gonna say that because they steady putting up more jokes on the situation with Chris Rock and Will Smith, and I still think that this was a publicity stunt. I really don't think that Will lost it like that. I think this is all a setup because this thing has gotten so much attention. You don't even hear nothing about Ukraine. And it was one reporter, she was complaining about it. She said that she wasn't going to discuss it anymore because there's people that look like your neighbors that are being killed and their homes are being destroyed. This is not some third world country. It's not North Africa. When she said that, I wanted to go through the screen and slap the hell out of her. In other words, it's okay when you're killing people that's melanated. You know, when you're killing brown people, it's okay. But when you seeing Europeans, as she said, being killed and losing their homes, this is totally different. And I mean, she was some kind of upset. Now, I don't wish death on nobody, but it's good to see that they're destroying their own for a change instead of just us. You know, and that just lets you know where their head lies. That they don't give a damn about nobody, not even themselves. So, you know, we can't do nothing but pray for them and keep it pushing. You know, because to come up out of this mess, it's gonna take God. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts, because you know a lot of white males have the attitude like they do when their wife wants to leave them or something. Well, if I can't have her, won't nobody have her. He'll kill her. So what you think they'll do to this planet? If I can't have it, ain't nobody gonna have it. So they'll blow this summer gun up. And that's just how they are. And not all of them. I'm not trying to put that moniker on everyone that's Caucasian, because I know a lot of good white people. But it's like Ali say, it's 10,000 snakes coming down the hallway, and they're poisonous. You standing there with the door open. Hey, busy mama, how you doing this morning? And out of the 10,000 snakes, 2,000 of them are good snakes. But they all look alike. So what should you do? Just close the door or let all 10,000 snakes in there and get bit by the other 8,000 because 2,000 of them are good? That really don't make no sense. JB, good morning, man. How's it going? Let me read some of these comments. Busy Mama said, good morning. Everybody saying good morning on here. And Busy Mama said, LOL, psychopaths everywhere. Yep. And that's pretty much it. And Putin is pretty much a psychopath. He just like his best friend. And we all know who that is. And it wouldn't even surprise me, that something like this is even happening because the United States, they can go and take over whatever they want. We got somebody at the door this morning. I don't know. My brother's handling it though. But it just really don't make sense what they're doing. It's disheartening to see all the chaos that they cause. If everybody would just pitch in, and we're not asking you to give up your wealth, and we're not trying to take no money out your wallet or nothing like that. But it's just that they so greedy. They want all the money. They want everything. They want everybody else starving to death, living like paupers, while they live high on the hog with their feet up in a chair and everybody busting their ass. Then they'll be happy. And it's just sickening and it's disheartening. But let me see. I got to get Blood Brother Mike and Neela this morning. I got to get T to send me a link. So, and y'all pray for Neela too. She's going through some things. Just whatever's on your heart to pray for, just pray for her. And just ask the Lord to protect her, keep her safe, and that everything turns out all right. Oh, Lord. Okay, Blood Brother Mike. Yeah, I know.
So this is the card for Mel to call, and they just want to give him some
paperwork. Yeah, I gave him the card, but he ain't, with his hours he working, it's conflicting, so he just ain't been able to go get it.
Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I'll leave it up here.
Okay. All right. Contacting Blood Brother Mike. I'm getting him, y'all. Hold on. Thanks, JB. Appreciate them prayers, man. Lee, y'all be praying too, because T going through this morning. Y'all need to pray for her. Well, I'm not getting Blood Brother Mike this morning. That's all right. If he see it, he'll call me back. Yeah, because I'm not even friends with the young lady that's supposed to come on this morning. And if she don't make it this morning, I'll have her on Friday, but I gotta have her on because she's off the chain. Yep. But T called me and upset my day too now. From what she told me, I'm not gonna say nothing about what's going on, just that y'all pray for her. And it's not life threatening or nothing like that. But it's disheartening. But God has a way of stepping in and making things right. So, like I said, and all we can do is pray. It's just a hell of a day this morning. I just hate to see my friend going through what she's going through. Yeah. But my train of thought ain't here this morning or nothing. I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to say today. I wish I could get somebody else on here so that I could just sit back and just listen. And does anybody know who's about to marry Shaq's ex-wife? Someone just sent that to me this morning, but I haven't seen anything about it. But he has got to be a very confident man. That's all I'm gonna say. Yep. But yeah, I know you at work, JB. Oh, okay. Thanks, Lee. I'm Lee got in touch with her. She's connected to her. I gotta contact T and tell her to put a link in there. Man. I don't know. T, I don't know. I need to talk to T. We need to cut down to 3 days a week. I don't know. I guess it's just a bit much today. Lord. Okay. I don't even know what button to push. That don't make no sense. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, too much today, busy mama. I need some help today. Cause my mind just not here. It's not. Just not a good day. Well, I'm not gonna say that. It's a good day. Every day above ground is a good day. Need some help today. Oh, there's Blood Brother Mike. What's up, man? Lee getting in she got in touch with D for me. What's up, Moses? Just a rough morning, man. That's all. Real rough. No, when you love folks, you just hate to see them go through, certain stuff. Especially when you know it ain't deserve it. Hey, Nanny, how you doing this morning? Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. No. Yeah, I'm good. Blood brother Mike, I'm good. I just text T and told her to send me a link this morning. Don't pray for me, Moses. Pray for T. I'm good. I'm straight. Hey, Nicole. How you doing this morning? Glad you're on. Y'all give me a second. Let me get myself in order. Let me run this thing for a minute, just for a second. All right. Let me get my head screwed on straight. All right, I'm here. I guess I'm ready. Oh, man. All right. I'm waiting to hear from T for the link and from Miss D, the librarian. She's an author and a poet, and we're trying to get her on today. Hey, morning, Kimberly Mixon Dixon. Woo. Oh, everything gonna be all right. Well, at least my coffee is good. Woo. Yep. Oh, it's hard being an empath, I promise you. When you feel other people's pain, dang. It's crazy. There we go. All right. T, send me a there it is, y'all. We got a link. Blood brother, come on, man. On this morning. I need some help. Yeah, good coffee is always a plus. Yep. Kimberly say y'all put them thumbs up and like and share. Man, brain scrambled this morning. This ain't even a brain fart. This is a brain scramble.
So good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey to Divine Designs. Jonathan, thank you for checking on us, sister. Busy Mama, good morning. Annette, good morning. Rosalind, Nicola, good morning. Moses, I want y'all to pray for me, okay? Just pray. Sincere, pray. Because my daughter is delusional like a motherfucker right now. And it's getting worse. And I can't manage this shit. So y'all pray for me, okay? Good morning, Kimberly. Oh, y'all, good morning. Y'all know I don't like being like this. This ain't me. So
That's
y'all
all right, T. We not giving up though.
pray for me.
We gonna keep
Pray for
fighting.
her. Her name is Lacey Anaya Evelyn Adams. Put her name, her whole damn name in prayer. She was born May 13th, 2001. Put her whole name in prayer. The devil, that motherfucker, if I could choke that motherfucker, I would. I'd kill that motherfucker. Oh. So I'm telling y'all to pray.
Pretty much, JB. Yeah, she grown. She's young, but she grown. What's up, Nelly? What's up, blood brother Mike? I can't hear you. I'm still not getting no sound from you. You walked in on life this morning, Nelly. That's what it is. Yep. Just pray. JB, that's what's needed. But you know, people have to want it. You know, and if you don't want it, you know, it can't be done. You know, it's almost like person need to be Baker acted. Yep. So just a rough day, y'all. I'm just totally lost for words. I ain't getting no sound from you, blood brother Mike. I don't know why. Go back out and come back in. Make sure your microphone is on when you coming into the studio. Oh, yeah. I wish I was in Chicago too, Nelly. That's all right. I'm gonna call my sister after I get off of here and tell her to go over there. She don't need to be by herself right now. She is not in a good way, y'all. And I'll let her tell you what's wrong. She going through with Lacey, but you know, I'll let her talk to you about it. You know, I don't want to put everything on the airways. Amen. Yep. And, Nelly said she just want everybody to know that God is still great. She lost her baby daughter, and God is her strength. So y'all know it will all be okay. Kimberly say we on bended knee, screaming for you to come. We need you, God. God, we are all a family here. And when one of our brothers or sisters in need, we stand in the gap, screaming to God in your name.
How about now? Yeah, I'll just.
Yeah, you on now.
Yeah, I've got to push the button. I'm sorry. You was praying, wasn't you? I'm sorry.
Man, I appreciate you coming on, blood brother.
No problem, man. I saw you was you had tried to call, and I went to YouTube, and I saw us. Okay, yeah. Let me get my stuff together. Let me go ahead and go over here and talk to a brother. You know, and we get it, man. You know, we get it. We know what's going on.
Thanks, Nanny.
D says she had a late night. Hours in the late.
Okay.
She had a late night. Just woke up. She gonna take care of something. She gonna jump on. So look out for her. She gonna pop in a little bit.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Boy, life is
life.
Life is life, man. You know, they say God don't put more on you than you can stand, and that these times is what make you strong.
Indeed, you ain't gonna see it at the moment, but you'll see it later on. You'll see it later on.
It's gonna take some time.
Yeah. Hold on. So outside that, brother, how you feeling today?
I'm good, man. Everything is good. My allergies is acting a little silly, but I don't know if it's my allergy or just because my nasal passage is running because I've been crying.
Yeah, it could be either one, could be both, could be, who knows? Could be one plant too many, who knows?
It don't usually have that effect on me.
Let me see. Let me open the YouTube so I can see the chat. No, hold on. I'll do it on the phone. Click over here. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But man, it was good having you on yesterday, man. When you jumped in there.
Oh man, that show blessed me yesterday, man. Y'all had me on 10 all day.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that was one that stir up your spirit.
Shoot, I told her, and I told her, I said, "Girl, you I told in that chat, I said, ooh, that might have been the best show. I think I never went below 9 people. It stayed around 9 or 10 and got to high 16. I said, "Dang, they all come to see you today because they ain't come to see me."
Man, she was spitting some serious knowledge, boy, in poetry form. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, she can be deep like that. I mean, they all been deep in different ways, but
yeah, she was exceptional. And that the young brother was on there. He was piggybacking stuff off of, like he had wrote stuff that it was supposed to go right along with hers.
Yeah,
it was just a great show, blood brother. That's all that was.
Yeah, it was. It indeed was.
And then nobody mention Will or Chris Rock. Now, one time we forgot all about that mess.
Oh no, you missed that part. We started it. I mean, we touched on a little bit, and I let her let her roll a little bit, and I said, okay, all right, we good with that. We need to go no further. Somebody said, I got something to say. I said, if you want to come here and talk about Will and Chris, Star Jones Live. It ain't happening here. We talking about the women today. We ain't doing it today. So you want to do that? The guy that did it, that was saying it was somebody who comes to the lot. I said, you want to talk about that? It ain't happening here. You go.
I still think it's staged, man.
Yeah, look. Okay,
I really do, because them brothers is professional actors. He just won a damn Oscar. Them tears probably was fake as hell. And that slap, I'll sit back, I'll put it on the slap, and I just watched it. You know how you can slow down a movie and watch it?
Come on.
Because when the hand was coming, Chris was already turning his face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
wonder how long him and Will practiced that slap. And though Will got a new book coming out or a new movie or something, I think he got both coming out, a book and a movie.
I mean, he got his hands on a lot of stuff, man. So who
yeah,
knows?
He do.
Who knows? Yeah, that was. I put a post on my Facebook page. I said, whoever in Philly taught Will how to slap, you need to go hide, because that was the weakest slap in the world. If that was a slap,
as little as Chris Rock is too.
Yeah,
he just slapped him like that. He just slapped that man down,
and then he came up and just as fast. Oh, I got slapped by Will Smith. Okay, so that's scripted.
Yeah, it was scripted.
First thing that came out of my mouth.
Black folks, wait a minute, that boy is from Bed-Stuy, New York.
It's the bam.
You slap somebody from Bed-Stuy, it's on.
You supposed to catch you supposed to what's his name?
I don't wait a minute. He should have, if he couldn't whoop Will, he should have bit him or something. You ain't leaving here unscathed. That's what I'm saying.
Should have been Philly, New York fight, but I said okay. Mm-hmm.
But you know, them boys, they've been friends forever. Chris Rock had a reoccurring role on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He played a male and a female on the show.
Chris Rock did?
Yeah. He played one of the Fresh Prince's friends from Philadelphia that turned to a comedian.
Hold on. JB said, I don't think it was staged. He was generally tipped off when he got back to his seat. Hold on, dude. But
how come he laughed at the joke first?
Thank you. He laughed at the joke, and Jada said, look.
She had that look on her face.
He's not gonna get him, you gonna get him. What you want to do? Because you know she's from Baltimore. She ain't. I'm surprised she didn't go to get herself.
Yeah.
So then he went on up there. I said, and then he kind of smiled and walked there to him with that little goofy walk. Hit him, walked away.
That's what I'm saying. His demeanor was not right for somebody that should have been irate for what he did. He should have had a look of being totally pissed, but he didn't.
The slap should have a follow through.
Yep.
Look, JB, you was in the army. Do you know how to fight? Come on, that was some fake stuff. Fake stuff. No follow through on the punch. Come on, man. Nope.
And then when he got back, and I'm pretty sure, man, ain't no way, because we talking about the Oscars, and if that was real, they done set black folks back 100 years, you know, because now you promoting violence, black against black.
Let's see.
And that ain't who Will or Chris Rock is. Y'all give this about 30 days, and after they done milk this joker, watch them come out laughing about, we had all y'all food. So y'all know we deserve more Oscars. Black actors are good. We are great.
JB funny. He saw the pain look on Jada's face, and he knew he had to do something if you believe that sort of thing. Okay, so first of all, what's his name? Chris Rock is a professional comedian. That's how he got started. If you ever been in the comedy circuit, in the comedy scene, you know you're in the front row.
You gonna get work.
You open season.
Yep.
You know, if you studied Bernie Mac, you studied Robin Harris,
D.L. Hughley.
The open season. So that's number one.
What's the other one's name? Guy Torre.
Ooh.
He gonna eat you up. And his brother,
Yeah.
Joe Torre.
Joe be worse. No, Guy's worse.
Guy was,
Guy got a high voice. Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Then Will Smith's supposed to be a rapper, right? So if you're a comedian, you come at my family, okay. Well, I'll get on stage. I go ahead and do a little rap at you. But I forgot Will. He was a scripted rapper. I forgot everything he did.
Man, this is America. You have freedom of speech. He can say whatever the hell he want, and it's a joke. He's not shooting no shots at Jada, but he shot a shot at Jada in 2016. You mean to tell me you gonna carry that hate all them years? Will ain't studying that, man.
It's entanglement.
You talking about folks that's billionaires, man.
Yeah.
Will and Jada is billionaires. And check this out. You know how much money Chris Rock could get had he to press charges and file a lawsuit? He could rake Will over the coals. And when he didn't press charges, I knew it was staged. Because you ain't slapping no black man and he don't do nothing. If he can't hit you with his fist and hurt you, and he could hit you financially, he finna rake you over the coal.
Yeah. Welcome to buffoonery at the Oscars. Bad enough they try not to give that one award to the black director a couple years ago. Oh, we made a mistake. Now it's this. Bad enough. Many movies Denzel was in. He get award Oscar for being a
drug dealer.
A drug dealer.
The worst role he'd have ever played. How you get an Oscar and don't get one for John Q?
And on the same Oscars, what's her name? Halle Berry get an award for being a sloppy, hoish black girl for that movie.
Monsters Ball.
Yeah. Only thing happened that day was good. They gave him a token award.
Yep.
Wow. Man.
That's what it is. And you see what they give him an award for being a drug dealer and a hoe.
Yeah.
So that's still black exploitation in its highest form.
Yeah. In disguise. Well,
look at JB say that DL Hughley got him one night at the DC Improv.
Ooh.
Look, and that's when a comedian roasts you like that at a show, you should take that as a as like a honor.
As long as the camera is rolling, they're gonna play that clip over.
Yeah, they gonna run it. When DL Hughley was the host on Comic View on BET, the first 10 minutes he finna roast everybody in the audience. From your clothes to your hair, to your shoes. Martin Lawrence used to do the same thing when he was hosting Def Comedy Jam. And Bruce.
Well, I did him roast me when he was fat.
Wait a minute, Bruce is a professional roaster. Because he'll be like, well, put the camera on it, right there. Yeah, that's him right there. Look at that shirt.
Yeah.
He's like, where you get that shirt from? Them Chinese seen you coming. Oh, come in, mister. We got a shirt for you. Yeah, I'm going to a comedy show tonight. I need to be sure.
Yeah,
he said, I ain't saying that ain't a nice looking shirt. He said, but I wouldn't wear that shit. But it looks good on you. I mean, like,
yeah. Bruce was so
letting them have it. Yeah, because you don't have 25, 30-year-old relationship, and then you go up there and slap somebody. Especially on the Oscar night. Come on, man. You know they got to be staged. Ain't no police come grab him. He wasn't escorted out of the place. That's assault.
Yeah. Jay-Z didn't go get him.
The big folks know. They done told the big folk, me and Chris gonna do something, but we're gonna play it like it's real. They milking this because all publicity is good publicity.
Yep. Because we talking about it right now, so they might be getting paid every time we say their name.
You ain't kidding. What you see on social media?
All the yesterday, all the memes, all
Every
yesterday.
talk show, every social media. Wait a minute, it's so many Chris Rock and Will Smith jokes out there. It's one dude. He done redid the sound from the song from the Fresh Prince
Yeah,
and changed the words.
yeah. I seen that one. Man, it's so bad. It made the first segment of a sports program yesterday.
Yeah, but even wait a minute, they talking about it on the highlights from the basketball. They talking about Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be commentating on the basketball game.
Kyrie Irving played this first game and they lost. Wasn't LeBron James scored 10 points? They lost. Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith. First page news.
Did you see it? Let's run that one more time.
Look at that ain't gonna be slapped. Look at that ain't gonna be slapped. It wasn't that good. I don't know. I think it was staged.
And that say this is like Janet's wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, accidentally on purpose.
Too bad I blinked that day. I blinked at the wrong time for that one. I missed it. They won't play that back though. Nah, save Justin Timberlake.
Who got a world comedy tour this summer with Kevin Hart? Chris Rock?
Probably. Oh, it might be. I think Chris. I think Kevin went with Chris last time. And Chris did his last one.
And JB said he sit up front at them shows on purpose though.
Yeah,
because it's all in fun. Because they jokes.
I got buddy.
You don't remember when Chris Rock was on the Fresh Prince and he was dressed up like he was playing his sister on the show, and he had on this dress, and Chris Rock told him, "Man, I need you to take my sister out. She coming to California, and I need you to show her a good time and keep an eye on her, keep her out of trouble." And Will was trying to go on a date with what's the supermodel's name? The one they say she real mean.
Naomi Campbell.
Yes, Naomi Campbell was on there, and Will he had a date that night with Naomi Campbell, and he was trying to do the double date thing. He had one at one table and one on the other side of the club at another table. So he done ordered 2 dinners. He got 2 drinks and all of this stuff, and he trying to play it back and forth like he got to go to the bathroom or take a phone call. He's doing all kind of stuff. But you can't tell me if you have a reoccurring role on the Fresh Prince that you ain't friends with Will Smith. Because he got rid of folk off of the show that had been on there for years. If you ain't do it the way Will want, peace out. This is my show.
Yeah.
He got rid of the first Aunt Viv.
Yep. You see the reunion show where he had to talk to a one-on-one?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, I like that they buried the hatchet.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Well, they made it look like they did.
Yeah.
Yep. But man, that just seemed like that's a bit far-fetched.
Yeah.
And billionaires don't slap folk in front of millions of witnesses, because how you gonna dispute that in court?
Well, the white ones don't.
And you think if it was a white man up there and he said he cracked a joke on Jada that he'd have walked up there and slapped the hell out of him at the Oscars? Hell no.
Nope.
If he did, he'd have went to jail
Quickly.
you'd have seen who all was in the audience. That was police.
Yeah.
Because you'd have seen tuxedos running up there. Because don't think they got seat fillers, and a lot of them seat fillers are security.
Yeah, especially there because there's a lot of money right there.
Yeah, whole bunch of money. Because we talking about producers, directors, not just actors. We talking about the folks who wrote and produced. Them the ones with the big money, the Spielberg type of folks.
Studio heads, all kinds of stuff, man.
Yep. Yeah, but
is this it?
I like what Ricky Smiley had to say about it. He
Oh, this is
said,
it. Yeah, I'm gonna send this to you. It's my
he
boy.
told Will, he said, man, he was like, you was wrong. He said, because if you didn't like that joke, you should have got up and went to the back and asked him, which side is Chris gonna come out on? And
Mhm.
wait for him when he come off the stage, because he was just presenting one thing, and it was for the award for best
That's me.
documentary. And
Oh,
then we
thought
don't
Hungry
even know
Star.
who won best documentary. Don't nobody even know. It was Questlove.
It was Will Smith. Really?
And
Yeah. So the
Questlove won
concert.
for best documentary.
The
And don't
concert.
nobody even know he won that award, because it got everything switched to Will and Chris.
Hold on. You're right. But
Yeah.
check this out. Where Questlove from?
New York.
No,
He part of the Roots.
he from Philly.
He's drummer in Roots.
He from Philly.
Oh, he from Philly?
Yeah. Where Will Smith from?
Philly?
It gets deeper, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
JB, I just sent you a video to watch, man, about my boy. He's a comedian in DC, man. He roasted the guy. He roasted the guy's girlfriend. The guy got mad. Told me, you would stop that. So he started getting on dude. Dude got up, tried to go get him. He didn't realize security. He didn't realize my man's personal security was behind him. Every step they took with him. So he didn't get close to him. He got pushed away, and yeah. I seen you too, Rand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Bishop, say good morning, everybody. This her last day here because she got to get back to her slave ship.
Wow.
Please pray for my positive retirement. You gonna be all right, Archbishop. The heavy lifting is already done. All of the years is behind you already.
You gonna be fine. 'Tis the old ship of Zion. 'Tis the old ship of Zion.
JB say he see it, blood brother Mike.
Mm-hmm.
He said thanks.
JB probably was there. But check, the funny part is that the girl dude was trying to protect was his side piece.
What?
And that is one of the top viewing
no-nos. That's a no-no.
No, that's one of the top viewing videos on Worldstar. Still getting hits.
Wow.
So I mean, when his woman found out, it was like, okay, well, guess what? Bye. You ain't mine no more. The girl left him. The side piece left him. He's embarrassed. Mm-hmm. Hey,
JB
guys.
say nope, he wasn't there. Yes, D.
I must send the wrong link. Let me go back up and send the right link. I must send the wrong link. Let me go back.
Hey, D. Good morning. If you scroll in the chats back up, you'll see a link. It says "In My Element with Neela," and when you click on that link, it'll allow me to bring you on the show. It says "In My Element with Neela," http://streamyard.com, and it got some more numbers. Just click on that, and then I can bring you on and let you do your thing. And look, and then I can shut up. I'll let you in, blood brother Mike.
I ain't talking. I'm gonna look at it and say, "Go on, girl. What you gotta say? What you gotta say?"
Wait a minute, and then you hear she had a nerve to talk about she ain't. I don't think I'm ready. I'm like, what?
Man, yesterday.
I was like, if you was a steak, I'll take you off of the grill because you'll be burnt up in a minute. Because you well done.
Shoot, she was on her game.
Man, look at here.
She's well, I thought about saying this, and okay, do your thing. Did I say?
And wait a minute, at first, I thought she was just holding a conversation. And then all of a sudden, the words started linking together. I was like, that's a poem? I was like, oh my God. Man, that thing got so deep.
D, check your DM. I just sent you your DM too. So either way, it's there.
I was like, man, it was incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she she did her thing.
And it was all about women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure was.
Yep.
Either women or women related or just
Yes.
her in general, you know.
And when she started talking about the thing she was going through in the military, I was like, that's a whole show right there.
Yeah, I already talked to Dr. Cole. She said, okay, we will set that up. So that'll probably be a Zoom show sometime soon. I'll let you know. Because it's too many women. Well, I think I know besides D, there's about 4 others that I know that's poets, that former military. That so you can't get them all on screen at the same time. So if you go, we made that a Zoom. But I made sure I put the link over here that you know, so y'all can get on
here. Art Bishop say her pimp Bill said, I got to go back to work. The light bill, gas bill, rent bill.
Oh, okay. Oh,
there we go. We got her. I'm finna bring her on right now.
I'm gonna say, she messed with Bill too, huh? That other Bill. Hey, you look familiar. Do I know you?
Hey, good morning.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm so late, y'all, but I never get more than 4 hours of uninterrupted sleep, so that happened for me last night.
Hey, well, you got to say 4 hours of interrupted sleep. That's good.
It's good. I actually think I got like 6 or 7, so I'm feeling.
Oh, okay.
Feeling good.
Yes, Lord.
You sound like
well, you look. Well, how do I do? Say, well, you look swell.
Gee Willikers.
Gee whiz, you look swell this morning.
Your brothers. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong song. My bad. I'm so sorry.
You're so silly. So what are we talking about this morning?
How great you did yesterday. At first, we talked about Will Smith and Chris, and I was telling Blood Brother Mike, I think it was staged because billionaires don't slap other rich folk in front of 1 million people to get sued,
Not that weak.
And then Chris Rock declined to press charges, and then the state don't even take over and say, well, we're going to press charges, because that's what they usually do. When Black people don't press charges against other Black folks, then the state say, well, okay, well, we're going to do it anyway.
Well, Will Smith, you got a lot of money. We're going to need you to donate some stuff.
Yeah, we're going to need you to have a new wing put on the Hollywood brand.
Yeah. A hospital over there, not put your name on. We're going to put the redneck's name on, but you'll pay for it, okay?
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Blackberry, glad to have you on this morning.
It's likewise. Thank you for having me. That situation, I guess I touched on it a few times with a few people, but I got kind of aggravated. Well, not aggravated. I got over it very, very soon because I really didn't want to spend a whole lot of time, talking about it. Because I don't even really care about what happened between them. About what it means for us. And,
yes.
And perhaps to serve as an example is what I was telling people, because I just saw a lot of people constantly saying he's a comedian, it was just a joke. And I'm always focusing on ideology. So I pay attention. I'm always watching comments. I'm always listening to people. People get mad, but I don't care. You put it on social media, and if I'm going to see it, I'm going to look. So I'm watching how people think. And I don't like that thought process either, because one of my books that I'm working on and doing all this research involves toxic ideology, breaking it down. Research that dates back all the way to 1959 and probably older than that, with the preliminary research that I've conducted about how beliefs shape your attitudes and behaviors, your thoughts and feelings facilitate your behavior. So it all starts with your core beliefs as to why people do things. So if I'm reading these comments and not everybody, an overwhelming majority of people, while I understand he's a comedian, they use that as an excuse to basically say any type of joke. Now, I didn't want to delve too deep into that. I just wanted people to focus on the belief. You can't just omit certain attitudes and behaviors just because of, where they come from, because some people hide malicious intent inside of jokes and stuff like that. It happens in social interactions with people all the time. We
That's true.
with white folks like us black folks, we didn't, even when we were in the military, you can tell when you're receiving backhanded comments from people when you go to a place of worship. You can tell when people you work with or even your family members are being judgmental and they are lacing their insults, their subliminal comments, their jokes, and all of these things. I made a post to tell people, don't joke with me like that. Like, just don't. I'm telling you that's the boundary. Like, you never know who you're dealing with. Just because you think something is funny doesn't mean the next person does. And I'm tired of society basically coaxing people to accept piss poor behavior from people. You're constantly teaching people to deal and cope with trauma and whatnot, but you're never correcting the people who are participating in the piss poor behavior. I just wanted to serve as a lesson to let people know to mind their opinions about other people. Keep folks' names out of your mouths, whether it was staged or not. I feel like there was a lesson that could have been learned out of that because of how people were responding. Like, don't sit in my company and tell me it's just a joke. And you're going to sit here and talk about me, right? While I was married, one of the cousins, the husband's first cousins, was sitting at my house, and she proceeds to tell me some stuff like, see, I just be joking with people and I be saying stuff, and I don't be meaning nothing, but I just be saying stuff like just throwing little things out there or whatever. So she decided to throw some stuff out there. So mind you, I'm secure with myself, so I don't care about telling y'all these things or whatever. So she tried to make some remarks about my weight, and stuff like that, and asking me to go to the gym. And she's not the only one that does that. And that's a whole nother topic, because I hate when people do that too. I'm like, I didn't effing ask you to tell me anything about losing my weight. You don't know what physiological processes that are occurring in my body and why I'm sitting here at the weight that I am. It's not no simple diet and exercise. I didn't ask for your opinion. And I graciously told her, no, I'm good. I got it. And then she wanted to start picking on the fact that she saw hair coming out of my chin. Now, mind you, like some of us women, we have a little more testosterone in our body. We deal with facial hair and whatnot, but I pluck mine. I don't get it waxed anymore because one, it hurts. And it tore my skin off a time or two, even with that little 5 o'clock shadow. So I don't get this stuff waxed anymore. It hurts and it'll pull your skin, burn, So she started clowning me about that. So I'm looking at her, and I'm not, you're in my house now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting, I don't have to be so weak-minded that I'm just going to jump all over her in that moment or whatever. But what she was doing was malicious intent. There was nothing playful about that. It wasn't fun. And I wasn't going to allow her to passively, aggressively insult me, trying to tell me she's joking. Well, I don't care if it's a joke. Heifer, don't do it with me. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't condone violence, but I'm not saying that people don't have those natural urges, because we're still human. So there are things that rise up in people because we want to take the defense. It's just that I have control over mine. But I'm not saying that I've never been pushed to
that point. Yeah.
Because there's been a couple of times when I was in the Army and had a couple of people, I done snatched up a couple of women, but by their name.
I got a question. I got a question. I'm looking at some stuff, and I know you a little while. When have you had a weight problem? I don't see that.
Well, I'm gonna say it because I know what I used to look like, but it's not. I didn't gain all this weight because, and I was bigger than this, and I look at my pictures or whatever. So I'm just like, wow. When I look at some of the pictures, and I don't like how I look because I look so swole. But a lot of it is the food. I've been watching documentaries about a lot of documentaries, period, but a lot about food, and it has definitely changed my perception on food. So I'm definitely not eating the same way, but it also takes some time because you become addicted, or you become used to eating stuff that you've been eating all of your life, or eating all this.
You're missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
all of these processed food,
you're not big. You're not big. You're missing what I'm saying. You're not big.
I know, but I saw it, and then the way that the weight came on my body, you know, with us women, we know what we look like. And when I put the weight on and the way that it went on my body, it changed my physical composition. And
Hey, Miss D, don't
Huh?
nobody look like they used to look when they was 18.
I
Yeah.
know a lot of, well, no, it don't have
I
to
mean, it's,
look good. I know a lot. I don't know. I know some people that's almost 50, some women that's almost 50.
and I know a lot of people that are slim and they look healthy as hell and they sick as a dog.
Well, I know that too, but I'm not talking about healthy. I'm just talking about I don't like the fact that I gained weight and I don't like how the weight looked on me, but it was okay. It never changed how I felt about myself. It's other people that have a problem with the weight. And that's what I tried to show people. I'm like, I'm not tripping about my weight. Only
Why
problem,
you worried about it? It ain't on you.
I understand.
Okay, so you're talking about proportions. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? No, and I have been insulted even by men. Like, it's crazy. Y'all think men are the only ones that get judged by some stuff because I'm so friendly. There have been times I've been in public and it's kind of messed up because of like, damn. So that's how you would treat me if that's what you thought. Like, I'll be friendly, and people who know me know I talk to everybody. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna talk to the person that's sitting in the corner before I talk to who I think is popular. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna run away from the popular people because if you're highly popular and I notice it, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go in the other direction because I'm going to feel a way about that. And that's a whole nother conversation. I don't like to be in the face of people that everybody else is in, and usually those people gravitate towards me because I'm not paying them any damn attention. And then I'm my own awesome self whenever I go anywhere. Going to
Say that again, real slow,
I'm
so we can hear that.
awesome self. So I draw attention every time I enter a room. I don't even have to open my mouth, and I know this. You see what I'm saying? And I've also learned the power of silence. I just be in places chilling. But anyway, what I'm saying is I've walked up to dudes before and being my friendly little self, and they act like I'm bothering them or whatever. And I was like, oh, so this nigga think I'm trying to holler. But
Let
that's
me hit some of these comments. Blackberry say,
All right,
true that. And Frugal said, yes, speak on it.
oh, so they know that stuff. They've seen that stuff and probably experienced
Hey,
it.
Sister Marvette.
Hey, my fellow veteran. It's just crazy. It's because it took me a long time of the way that people act, and this is why people say this, the way that people act towards you has absolutely nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with that person.
Their perception, their perception of you.
The ego, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah, and ego. Ego
You
is the biggest enemy of humans on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Is ego. It stops you from being able to manifest what you want. It blocks a lot of stuff. It's the leading cause of suicide. Is ego. Yep.
I attempted suicide twice before in my life. This is over a decade ago though, but it's because I allowed people to get into my head. Like, I experienced lots of rejection. People think that rejection only deals with like romantic interest, and then the moment that I express it, I got people that want to give me advice about it. Like, I don't have low self-esteem. I don't need your advice about this. I'm speaking to you from experience in the technical terms or whatever, because I made observations, so I'm well versed in this. I've always been rejected, even as a kid, but it was obvious the differences. I was one of those children. I was a lot smarter than a lot of the children. I'm not stroking my ego. I know that some of you may have experienced this, or you have seen children when you can't always relate to the people that you're around. A girlfriend of my Onyx told me yesterday, blood brother Mike, when I was talking to her being an educator, she had a student like that. And she told me that I wanted her that a 5-year-old, just so grown and so articulate and stuff, and didn't always want to talk to the kids. She was always under, and she was trying to encourage the little girl to go talk to them. And she was like, Miss So-and-so, she was like, I just don't know what to talk to them about.
No, she advanced.
So it's stuff like that. And, getting older, and then maybe I've never been Black enough for my own people, I guess, because
my sisters had that problem too. I remember we lived in a neighborhood
Mhm.
where 2 blocks away, if you crossed on the other side of the tracks, it was all predominantly white,
Mhm.
no blacks. And my sister, they had a gas station over there. And if you was dark as me or could be visibly recognized as black on sight, if you caught in that gas station, they run you up out of there.
Mm.
You know, you could, if you were in a car and you're purchasing gas or something, then they didn't mind. But if you was on foot, they would run you up out of there. And I'm talking about the people that lived in the neighborhood, not the people on the gas station. It was the people of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, if they see you walking and you cutting through there, and I'm talking about, we were children, and it was adults chasing us out of the neighborhood. And we wasn't over there stealing or nothing, but we used to ride our bikes over there because it had a lot of hills. So you could fly down the hill on your bike. You know, we was just trying to have fun. And I mean, they let the dogs out on us, chased us out of the neighborhood and everything. It was really, when I look back at it, kind of traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
should be.
you know, when you a small child and you got an adult, you know, you only 8, 9, 10 years old and you on a bike. And then here you got grown folks running out the house, letting their dogs out and everything. You running for your life.
Right.
So it was just really crazy. you know, that a grown-up could do that to a child. Something is wrong with you mentally. I don't care what color the child is. You know, you got a mental issue. If you can put your hands on a child and it's not your child and you're not disciplining them, I mean, but you want to hurt a child. Just like they turned over the school buses and all that because they didn't want, as they say, no niggas going to their school.
And man, I've never, and I'm so grateful that I've never experienced racism with that type of violence, but I'm not going to say that I haven't experienced violent racism because I would tell the doctors in the military, like even when I got out and I still had to go do therapy because they messed me up pretty bad. And I do have issues with authority because there's always people in positions of authority that's doing that. Hey, sister. I did experience violence though, because a lot of people, they don't understand how you can experience violence. They think that someone has to put their hands on you. That's the way that you experience violence when they don't even realize systemic racism, everything that with the market and everything that revolves around that, the school to prison pipeline, all of violent acts because they are intense in force or effect. They're severe and extreme. They are very rough circumstances that they project onto people or whatever. So you don't have to physically put your hands on someone to be guilty of asserting violence against them because verbal abuse is violent. And like they don't understand. So I've suffered a lot of verbal abuse, and people don't like to hear me say I was a victim of. But if you look at the term, what victim actually means, I don't carry a victim mentality where I feel sorry for myself. But yes, I've been a victim of systemic racism. I have been a victim of rejection. I have been a victim of physical and sexual and verbal abuse. I have been a victim of a judgment and all of this stuff by my own people or whatever. But I don't carry myself like I'm all scared because the reality is you can't bully someone who fights back, baby. And I fights the bully. And you can fight people in all kinds of ways. You fight with your fists. You fight in more than one way with your words because you can be productive with your words when you fight with them gracefully or argumentative as an attorney would do, or a doctor, and then you can be a little vicious and fight with your words when you try.
Or you could be a fighter like you and fight with your poetry.
That too.
Because you got some. There's a lack of a better word. You got some shit. Let me hit some of these comments. Rosalind Cook says she used to run home leaving the Swank roller rink on 111th and Western all the way past Vincennes. And that's about a mile run. And if you had to get on the other side of Vincennes to be out of the white neighborhood, because I know exactly what she's talking about in Chicago.
Okay.
And right now, Once if you hit 111 Western, they're still very racist in Mount Greenwood.
Yep.
Very racist.
Yep.
Mm.
From the
And,
gas
uh,
stations to the post office and everything else over there.
Yep.
Walk up in one
And
of them bars over there, thinking that you finna kick it.
I used to work for the park
You can be
district.
the only black in there, and you can walk in there with a group of white folks, and you.
I was
still-
on the clock, T. I'm walking through the park. I got a chainsaw sitting on the park bench. And I'm scraping all of the sawdust. I got it broke down and I'm scraping all of the sawdust out. So it'll be able to spit the sawdust out right. Because if not, it jams the saw and make your cut raggedy.
Mhm.
So I'm cleaning the saw. And the police pull up in the park, you know. And he like, what are you doing with that chainsaw? I was like, what does it look like I'm doing? I was like, you see all these branches down? I was like, how you get to be a police officer and you don't have no type of discernment to where you can read a situation? I was like, you in the wrong job, bro.
Mhm.
I was like, you need to be a garbage man because then you ain't got to worry about nothing. Just throw the shit in the back of the truck and keep it pushing.
Mm.
I was like, if you don't get away from me, y'all, you'll have a lawsuit so big on your ass, you make your head swim.
Mm.
And he sits here today.
I was like, you see that big yellow truck over there? Yeah, I see it. I say, guess who's driving it? I was like, you
Not
see this
you.
chainsaw sitting here and all these branches lined up in this crosswalk? And you gonna ask me something like that?
Like that is obvious that you're out.
Yeah.
You know,
I
What you think?
just figured
I'm faking like I'm working so I can steal a chainsaw. Man, get your ass out of here.
I figure you're holding it for the white man when you come back. Cause you know y'all don't cut no trees like that. Cause you're afraid of heights. You can't do it.
I'm also looking at Carla said, my son be trying to deal with less intelligent kids. He just he gets frustrated and end up playing alone or just talking to me. And then Nicola said it has to do with their inadequacies and self-esteem.
oh yeah, yes, I definitely agree with that. But I don't think it's crazy no more. But it's nice to know. Well, I don't even think it's nice to know because it sucks to learn that this is still happening because I'm 39 and I went through this as a child. And now there's more children that's constantly going through this because I don't know that the children and their parents may not be very intelligent. So the child during the most impressive years of their lives, they're a little behind some other children. You can tell when children are growing up in homes where parents have well-developed vocabularies. You can tell children that don't watch a lot of TV. You can tell
Yes.
around people who
are talking to them and asking them questions and making their minds function instead of just being programmed.
Yes, my grandchildren.
Because that TV is a programmer.
They talk very well. But they're around their parents, their mom. She talks to them even when I have them a lot. Well, when I was down there, but we talk to them. They're little humans. Have conversations with them,
and they smarter than what we think.
Yes, they pick up very well. And when they want to learn a new word, I always just talk. And when they hear a new word, they be like, "Well, Grandma, what does such and such mean?" And so now I have to break that word down for them to a level that they can comprehend. And then when I tell them, I'm like, "Do you understand?" And they're like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Okay, well, tell me what you think." And it is so beautiful watching a child reiterate their own thoughts about what you just told them. And it's even more beautiful to see when they actually get it and they understand it. And I've been teaching them how to pronounce big words, even if he don't see it, but I've been teaching him to sound it out. So when he got to school, it made it easier for him to pronounce big words. So when he was learning how to read, it helps. So now my little man he just turned 7. He is just reading with so much confidence, and his other brothers are following along, and they're often in places of worship. So they're also studying children's Bibles and things like that. So intelligence is just, and their mother and father, They monitor everything that they watch. So they don't get to be on YouTube and all this and watching all this craziness. So yes, when you take time to talk to your children and teach them how to control their emotions, they're not taught that they can't cry. They're not taught that they can't get upset. When they experience them, we help them acknowledge how they're feeling, and we help them calm themselves down. So
Learn how to control their emotions, without a doubt. That's very important. Hey, T, I got a question. What you doing at Blood Brother Mike's house?
He at my house, and I didn't even invite him. You see that window? He came through that window. And next thing you know, he was in my living room and then asked me for some food out of my refrigerator.
You know, hey, Blood Brother Mike is kind of big to be a cat burglar.
You left the back door unlocked.
That window is it's a vertical window.
Okay.
I'm not trying to play with y'all.
You supposed to change your background. I told you they supposed to know we in here together doing things.
You can't, but see, Mike, you can't have your camera where people see you at the house with me.
This ain't my camera. I stole that too.
It might mess up because ain't you married? I want your husband
Hey, Nick.
Y'all crazy.
See, I got a question for you since we talking. Since you can't go do it because you're working. Growing up, right in the position you're in right now, what woman role models from your past, whoever, are your role models?
What woman?
Mm-hmm. How'd you call the show?
Growing up.
Oh, right now. Anywhere you want to go.
Well, of course, my mother was always. She's always been a great mother. Dysfunction in the family, of course, everybody has a little dysfunction. But I would say Oprah was one of my role models. Just to see her, I know the struggle she went through. A Black woman in Mississippi, trying to go into television and all. It wasn't easy for her.
It's hard going from a water bug to a flower.
Yeah, it sure the hell is. And then another one I would say would have been a good girlfriend of mine who passed, my best friend. She's no longer here with us. She died in 2002. And she was a model to me, though we both were modeling each other, but she was a model to me because she was she had things going in the direction that she wanted to like to go in, and I was still working on it. So, I admired the fact that she did what all she had to do. Hey, Yvette. Hey, everybody. I want to say good morning to everybody again. And so I would say Oprah and my girlfriend Jory were good role models.
Okay.
Good role models. Yeah.
Okay.
You had a lot of good role model women in your family too, T.
Yeah. Well, I had my
cousin. What's your auntie that used to go to Morgan Park Assembly?
Sophronia.
Sophronia.
Yeah, my aunt Sophronia, my cousin Marcia, all of them. Yeah, really good role models.
And
the family, I had a lot of great women in my family.
Aunties was divas. They were sharp all the time. Yeah. You know, they were real attractive women.
Yeah.
All of them. T ain't got too many ugly folk in the family.
Just you. Hey, Turk, do you feel blessed right now, bro?
Yeah, I do.
But I'm gonna tell you why I asked the question, because we are surrounded by two highly intelligent women, Black women, right?
Two go-getters.
No, two throw the ball. I'm gonna catch it before it hit the air. Yeah.
Mike always makes it blood. Now I'm honored to share this space with y'all because that conversation we had was dope. And then Mike,
hello,
I've been kicking it with Mike on Reels for the past few weeks, and I just love the conversations that talk to them, and it just helps. It helps everybody just kind of look at ourselves, especially when we're exchanging all of these ideas, or when the conversations continue to build off of each other, or we learn that other people are having similar experiences, and it's like, okay, well, how did you How did you
Right.
go through that? What did you feel like, when you did that? And it sucks, but it's still always nice to know that you're not alone. It only sucks because you don't like when you go through it. So you don't want to hear about someone else going through it. At the time you're relieved because I'm like, dang, it's not just me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But somebody else that went through it that may not be talking. Also, I got options. I can either go this route or I can go that route. I can put two together and do something different. And so it's something. All of a sudden it's our show because they left us. They busy. See how they do us. Ain't nobody paying us though.
I wanted to
Please
ask
stop playing.
a question. I'm gonna have to wait for that question to come back to me because it was important. It was during the time where you was asking Miss T about
role model
who influenced her.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll come back. Never mind. We just got to keep talking. Like anyone that has questions in the comments, I can't comment in the chat because the laptop is moving too slow, so I'm doing it from my phone. I don't want to mess up nothing, so I'm not touching.
I know that's right. Yeah, I'll keep looking at my phone, but T back. There you go. Hey T, where you been? You been in my kitchen again?
I had to take a break. I'm trying to eat a little piece of toast before I have to go back to work. I wanted to just come on. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to come back on and just let the people know I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm just dealing with this stuff with my daughter, but I am okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I know
It's okay. Take time, sister. Oh gosh.
Children can be challenging.
I know that God has the last say so in everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's a good God.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't hardly think he would have me have a child and disrupt the life pattern that we're going through right now. And I know that demonic spirits are all around, and if I have to bind it, I have to rid my house of it because she brought it in with her, and I have to go through my house and clear my house. And I have been in a battle for 28 years. I was drug addicted, and I've been in a hell of a battle and fight to stay this way. And it's not easy, and people don't realize, treatment centers didn't help me, but God did. But I had to let go and I had to surrender. And when a person is not in their right mind, it's hard to surrender. It's hard to even let go. And that's where I'm at because of the delirious conversation that comes out of her mouth that she swears it's the shit. It's concrete conversation. It's constant repeat. It's delirious because when you're not sober, you are not talking in your right mind. Nothing that comes out your mouth is in your right mind.
Right.
And I've been battling this shit for a while, dealing with that. And I ain't finna motherfucking give up. Excuse my French, but I ain't, because I ain't gonna lie when they say women, we don't need to be tough all the time, but I am a tough female, and I can't help that. But I still am a female, and I'm a woman, and I still have feelings, and I still need a strong arm to lean on. Sometimes, myself, as much as I can take care of me, I still need that strength sometimes, just to help. And I know that then this too shall pass. And I've given everything to God. I have not taken anything back in my own hands, but it seems like the more and more I try to be free about it and let go and get, it seems like it's more and more a fight with a spirit that is not of godliness. And
That's
so
exactly what it is, T.
it's a battle. And so it's a battle with me and her. And then
Wait a minute, T. The battle is not between
No.
you and her.
It's
It's
you and
the
the
battle
spirit.
between you
You
and the
and that
spirit.
spirit, exactly.
right.
Because the spirit that's on her is one that you have defeated. So
Right.
it's mad as hell. So it's coming at you from the only angle that it could come from.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only way that spirit can hurt you is if it's hurting something that you love.
Indeed.
And it knows that. The devil is smart as hell. And so he want to get in your head. You just stay strong and vigilant, stay prayed up, stay focused. Do what you got to do for you, because if you lose it, she lost. She ain't got nowhere to go. And believe me, she eventually, just like you was in shit and came out of it, she will too. And that's what you got to link. That's what you got to stand on, that God gonna bring her through this too. And stand on that principle, believe it, and manifest it.
You already that example.
And everybody has problems with children. Ain't nobody's family perfect. I know I got issues going on too. They might not be the same issues as you, but I'm having issues as well.
The issue is an issue.
Everybody, it's life. And we just got to stay strong. And T, I told you, you an inspiration to me and to a lot of people from what you done walked through. I mean, I can't name 3 people that I know that have went from drug addiction, I mean, out on the street, to graduating from one of the most prominent universities in the state of Illinois and magna cum laude.
What?
I ain't talking about just passing. I mean, with excellence.
Praise God.
So you think that the enemy ain't pissed about that shit? You showing everybody it could be done.
Hey, you a motivational speaker. You got your own hype man. God dang it. Let's go.
Man.
That's a testimony.
If I was your enemy, I'd be pissed too, because you tap dancing on his ass.
My mom and I
tap dancing on him.
and
But
over
that's all right. Because her testimony is gonna be just as great. Because she's smart as hell, she talented as hell. She's just in a state of rebellion right now. Because in these millennium kids, they are cut from a different cloth than us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, they disrespectful as hell straight off of the top, for one. Because they say anything to you, they think they the damn parents. Like, you supposed to do this. You supposed to do that. You supposed to kiss my ass. And it ain't just your daughter. It's all of the millennial children. I don't know what it is. If it's something in the food, you got a lot of kids that are good kids, that are millennials. But I don't know what God is prepping them for, with this attitude that they have. All I can say is it's for a reason. I have no idea what it is, or if it's the enemy operating through the airwaves of all of this social media and artificial intelligence. I don't have all the answers, but I know he does. The source of everything has all the answers. And some things humans what's that little saying? Know how the things you can accept, the things that you can change, but the ones that you can't change, you can't lose no sleep about it. I know that is how it goes.
To accept the
Like
things
that.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage
That's
to change
it.
the things that I can, and the
And the
wisdom
willing and the understanding, know the difference. That's what I'm talking about. And we just got to stay in that place, and stand on it, and don't give up. Like you say, you ain't giving up. Don't.
I ain't giving up. I'm not giving up on the hope of a better life. I just can't allow what she's doing to stay under the roof. It's an uncomfortable disconnect, and it's hard when you have someone in your home household just came in and they do the little things they have to do, just the little things they have to do, but the disconnect is with the communication. You in my house, you walking past me, and the only time you say something is if I say good morning, and then you tell me I just woke up, and like what that's got to do with the cost of tea in China. That's when you should really be saying great good morning. But because you're not even happy to be alive.
Rosalind Cook say, you got to realize the devil is trying to stop you and your daughter's greatness.
Oh, no, I know.
And the devil is a liar.
I was shaking my head. Yeah.
Sure is.
Yep.
And Blackberry say that Similac and that TV.
And you know what, Yvette? It's funny you said that.
Yep.
Yvette said she will have to hit rock bottom in order to heal. We talk about it all the time. In time healing, she knows resentment is what she is doing, trying to show you got this. Yeah. And
vision.
The church said the same thing. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom, and sometimes the rock bottom you hit though. And I want to say this, and it's not being negative, but I'm just going to keep it real. Sometimes a person can go into that rock bottom hit and they don't come out. Because when your mind is gone, it's hard to restore that when you're constantly staying in a state of denial. Like she'll voice out that she has depression and anxiety.
But T, that's, me and you have been through that situation, and you are delusional as hell when you under the influence.
Crazy as fucking delusion. And
the only way I got clean, it wasn't nothing but God, because I had got a nice chunk of change. I had got $24,000 at one time, and I had made plans on buying keys of cocaine and pounds of weed and all of this, what I'm gonna do and all of that. And I had a moment where I heard God audibly.
Got some clarity.
And until you have that epiphany, you just be out there. And Nicole, she popped on here, so I'm gonna give her the flow.
I hope I don't get emotional, Kai, but me and Neela talked a lot about my son. He's 24 years old. And last year in October, he had what the doctor said was a psychotic break. My son was on mushrooms. He was growing his own mushrooms. He was on acid and all this other stuff, and thought he was not Jesus, Yeshua, and carried a stick around, thinking he could heal people, and like just not really there. And sometimes I would have a conversation with him, and while I was having a conversation with him, I would be praying for him, and then I could see the light coming, and I could see it come back, and then as soon as it seems like he's gonna have a breakthrough, he went right back into this angry, spewing, just nasty words, calling me out my name, calling me all kind of stuff. And, in that moment, the only thing I can say is I plead the blood of Jesus over my son. That's all I can say. And I always thought that I let it go and let God. Part of me was still trying to hold on because I'm a fixer by nature. So I was trying to fix it. I was trying to help God. But my son was in and out of jail, still in cough serve. Oh, yeah, he's on that too. Still in cough serve, in and out of jail. My son don't have not one felony on his record. He don't have not, they dismiss everything. And he thought because everything got dismissed that he is Yeshua, the son of the living God. And I had to tell him, no, your name is Paul. That's who you are. You're the son of Nicola and Paul. That's who you are. And I said, your problem is, and I tried to tell him, You know, you looking for validation in other areas of your life, and want people to follow you. People don't need to follow you. You need to love yourself. You need to forgive yourself for all the mistakes that you made. You need to forgive yourself for dropping out of college. You need to forgive yourself for doing those drugs. You need to forgive yourself for talking to your parents like you didn't have any home training. You know, forgive yourself. Those things don't define who you are. Those are things that you have done in your life, but that's not who you are. And when you realize who you are in God, and you realize that your mom and your dad did not breed mediocrity and doesn't breed mediocrity, and that you're merely living below your potential, then you'll rise up out that mess. Yeah. You'll rise up out of it, and you'll take your rightful place. And no matter what state that my kids are in, I always tell them, you're a king, you're a queen. You better, hey, even if your neck is broken, you better hold your head and readjust your crown, and you keep moving. You keep it moving. I'm not saying that things are not hard. I'm not saying that things are not tough. But what I am saying is, don't give in to the carnality of the situation. Don't give in to what it looks like. You know, and when I pray, when I pray, I'm not asking God to fix anything. What I pray is, God, I thank you for my sons being delivered. I thank you for my daughter never having to experience these things. I thank you already for the success that you have placed in their life. Not what you're gonna do, what you have already done. I'm thanking God for the victory already. Not the process, not the journey, but for the outcome. Because God He knew the end from the beginning. I'm thanking God for the end result, not the middle result. And I would just encourage you, like my mom died when she was 62 in 2018 from cancer, but she carried everybody's problems. And Turkai, you saying that you're an empath, I am the same way. My mom became an alcoholic. My mom, because she didn't know how to deal with all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell my son, because he's like, you don't understand. I said, no, I do understand. But what I do is I make a choice. What is my why? What is my reason? How I feel is not my why, my reason. I have you guys, I still have to be an example. Even though y'all grown and old, I still have to be an example for you guys. I'm raising my 2-year-old granddaughter. I still have to be an example to her. So I can't give into my feelings. I can't give into the heaviness. I can't give into that because people are watching me. You know, I can't give into that. And because it's really easy. When I had my daughter back when she was 20, she's 20 now. I was just ringing the bell for Demerol, just ringing. There was nothing wrong with me. I wasn't in pain. Because I just know I like how it made me feel, you know. And I did. I'm not gonna say I do. I did have a string of addictions in my family. That mess ended with Nicola. I'm not looking at what my sons are doing. That mess ended with me. That ended with me. And like I tell them, I understand. I get it. I got it. You feel overwhelmed. You feel like you're lonely. You feel all these things that certain people can't understand because they don't possess that spiritual, whatever it is. They don't get it. They don't understand. So you get heavy. You get weary. You get tired. You get to why is me? God, remove this from me. Remove this gift from me. Give it to somebody. Everybody can't handle it. That's why it's on you. That's your mantle. That's why it's on you. But you got to know how to deal with it. So yeah, I don't give into the drugs. I don't give into the alcohol. I don't give into any of that. But what I do is pray, God, give me the strength to be able to carry this mantle that you have placed on me.
I ask that all the time, and I give him praise for everything ahead of what the issue really is. Hold on one second. Hey, I'm back. I've been waiting to see you guys.
I left, like my son left a state to go to a whole other state. He had pending court cases, all this stuff, and he up and left. We said, you could come here to where we are. Because he has no idea about all this stuff I told you about that I'm doing. Because he's one of those people, he needs to know and be in control of everything. No. You have to walk by faith. You can't always walk by what you see. You know what I mean? So he left with the state he was in, went straight across country to be with somebody that got him hooked on stuff that he's been using, because she was the path of least resistance, instead of coming here where it's going to be standard. It's going to be, no, you're not going to do this. No, you're going to get up and you're going to go to church. Not that he don't go to church, but when he goes, he's judgmental. He's always picking out the wrong. If you're going to church, look at what the people doing, the pastor doing, you're there for the wrong reason.
Mhm.
Your relationship is with God, not those people. But
Exactly.
anyhow,
And you're in the wrong church if the pastors and the people ain't right. Move on.
but he
Because
so
the church
he
ain't the
went back to
building, it's your own
the
body.
people.
You can have your
So
church
he-
at home.
He went back to the Midwest. He's there now. And I said, God, I am not going to be my mother. I am 45 years old. I am not, well, I'll be 45 in October, but I am not going to be my mother. I'm not going to be that bag lady and carry everybody's bags and everybody's issues. Do I care about my kids? Yes. Do I love my kids? Yes. However, God said, cast your cares and your burdens upon me. He didn't tell me to hold on to it and carry it. So why am I going to carry these things, which is going to cause stress, which is going to cause sickness in my body, which is going to cause me to deteriorate and die at an early age? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for anybody. I stopped that last year. What I do now, like I said, I just pray about it. I truly let go. And everything I pray, God, just give me a sign that my son is okay. God, let Paul call me to know that he's doing well. And when I pray those things, guess what? Within seconds, my son called me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mom, I'm okay. I just want to let you know I'm doing okay. My last court case got dismissed. Thank you.
And
I always ask God,
thank
not
you,
that
Lord.
my
Thank
will
you,
be
Jesus.
done.
Thank you, Jesus. I was saying, thank you, Jesus, for seeing some progress in her. I said, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I know it's coming. It's going to take a while.
It's already here. You got
But
it's already coming. It's already here.
I got to get ready. I got to go back to work, y'all. I'm really late. But here's where the spirits battle you. The spirits battle you. That, like, when I said that, here she comes in the house drunk, smelling like she's been drinking a distillery. And that is a battle, a challenge. And I still say, Lord, help her and help me to deal with it and strengthen me for this. But I thank you because you're here with us through all of this. And I lay down next day. Then it's this attitude, you never listened to me and you ain't listened to me since I was a kid. And I'm 21 now. I'll be 21. I said, you ain't 21 yet. Don't ever claim something that you ain't yet. You got to get to 21. Then you can say you're 21, but you're not 21 yet. I told him not to bring alcohol in my house. It's in her bag in my house. You're in my car going to a job you just got with open alcohol in your bag. You hit somebody or anything happens, you're going to jail.
Yep.
I mean, you got open. Chicago don't play that shit. You going. They finna impound my car and everything. It's you have a don't care. I don't give and verbally telling me I don't give a fuck that all this kind of stuff. I'm like, excuse me.
But it ain't about you. That's what you got to understand. It's not about you. It's the enemy sees something great in her. And then he also sees something great in you, and you getting distracted by the environment
and that's what it is. It's what it is.
It's a distraction.
Every time I to talk to her about this, Nicola, it's the same thing. The enemy sees something great. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah. You can't get. I used to get distracted. Lord, you said you real. Why this ain't happening? Why da. No, you got to reshift your focus. It's just like when I was in Iraq. If I was, the bomb coming in here, there, we got the stuff coming on the fob. Like, if I'm worried about that instead of worried about my job, guess what? I'm gonna potentially hurt somebody, or I'm gonna lose my life myself because I'm not focused on my mission. I'm not focused on what I need to be doing because I'm worried about everything else that's going on around me. Yeah, I can see it, but that don't mean I have to engage it.
Yeah,
because that ain't my fight. That's God's fight. That ain't my fight. So I would just encourage you. And I know it's easy to say, hey, let it go, let it go. That's your flesh and blood. That's something that came out of you. That is a direct reflection of you. That is your mirror image, Pop. Like, that's when they hurt, you hurt. But all that stuff is not them. All the talking back and you was never there for me. I heard it all. You was never there for me. You didn't listen to me. all this stuff. It just that ain't about me. That's an internal battle going on, and that's the enemy trying to get me. That's the enemy trying to get me to take my eyes off. You remember when Peter was in the boat and Jesus told him to come out there, and as soon as that joker realized that he was on water and took his eyes off Jesus, he started to sink.
Yep.
That's what the enemy is trying to do. Get your focus off Jesus. Get your focus off God. Focus on your problem in your environment. Go down.
3:14.
And I know it's easy to say keep your focus. It's easy to say that. And it's something I had to learn for a long time.
I could have took an hour break.
You got to keep your focus on God and on Jesus, not the problem. Because if you focus on the problem, you keep breathing life into that. Like you were saying the other day, Turk, about I think you talking about your wife, when you was like, you always ask her how she is.
Tell me what you just said, Nicola, about encourage me. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go back to work because you're training. But and I gotta go back to my training because we have a time slot. So but hold on, before you tell me, what did you say you would encourage me to do, Nicola?
To just don't focus on the problem. Focus on the victory. Because that's don't focus on the distraction. Keep your eyes on God. Because as soon as you take your eyes off God, you're gonna succumb to your environment. Because that's the only thing you can see. You ain't no longer looking at your source and where your help come from. You're looking at the destruction. And then for me, this is just my opinion. If you're looking at your environment and thinking that the problem is greater than your God, then that's the problem. Highlight the God in the situation and decrease the devil in the situation.
Okay. I thank you.
Yep. Let me get some of these chats.
Alicia know. Alicia, I'm gonna call you. I want to have time to go down into a deep prayer. So that's, and then a few minutes, I knew I had to eat something because I was getting a headache. So I knew I had to eat something, and I knew I had to get back to training in less than 20 minutes. And they still gone. They ain't even answering. And like she said, we could have took a longer break. I know, right? But I want to say this real quick. I want to give a minute to this comments real quick. Like Yvette said, after the damn Similac, Renee said the Serenity Prayer, and they said, and Yvette said she will have to hit rock bottom. Turk, you said this. She will have to hit rock bottom in order to heal, Neela. We talk about this all the time in time healing. She knows resentment is what she is doing. She knows resentment is what she is doing, trying to show you got this. You made it, and so was she. Yvette said, I've been through it myself, so I can speak and with a made up mind, experience every drug except the needle. And Rosa said, as a parent, we realize we can't stop whatever experience our children are going to go through, attitudes and all. We must stay prayed up that their life is protected. But today, because I let go. All right, they back. All right, and that's it. Speak life, Divine says, and she said, I have two of the sharpest divas. Hold on, we've been waiting on you, Cat Daddy. Bill, hold on 1 second now, y'all. Give me a second. And so she said, I have two of the sharpest divas walking this earth. They are both great daughters, wives, mothers, friends, and community activists. I am so proud of the struggle we went through. And Divine says, don't wait for the battle to be over. Rejoice now. And Rosa said, our children are here to help us learn the lessons we need to learn. And Rosalind also says, every time your child gives you a problem, just say thank you. And Vet said, you must reach the soul. The devil have the shield. You must reach the soul. The devil have the shield. That is tough love. And hold on to faith and the anchor. Hold on. Keep that grip. I have two of my millennial grandchildren with me this week. They have their own way of looking at things. What I do is listen to them and find a way for them to look at things a different way. They say when you go back, it's worse, but you got this. Long as you try to be an enabler, the more she will do. I know.
Yeah.
And that's why I told Turk, I am not.
You said that this morning.
But I said, I'm not going to be an enabler. And if I have to put her out, I am. If she has to sleep on the train, she said it. She will, because I'm not going to accept it. And I'm looking at God, Nicola. I'm looking at God. And I'm saying, God, you got this. Because I don't.
Right.
Yvette said she agreed with Nikki. She trying to show her mom pain, but destroying herself in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to turn your head instead of your back, yet keep sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She's gonna put it all into that violin.
The cello, she
Into
doesn't
the
even play it
cello.
no more, Yvette.
She will.
It's gone. We don't even have a cello in the house anymore. And she didn't have it. It went back to the rightful owners.
No, they wasn't the rightful owners. I speak deaf to them words.
No, I'm talking about because it was a rented item anyway. It wasn't ours. And so it went back to the people who I rented it from because it wasn't initially our own cello. 9 years she played that cello. 9 years I kept her in that cello. 9 years.
And we ain't talking about playing in the basement. She was playing on an orchestra venues. The girl is bad. And Wellness say I was a troubled child. Don't give up. But I guarantee the issues are more than skin deep. All I wanted was my mom to do was apologize and see me, not her in me. But that sometimes that can be done and it still don't work. You know, everybody's got a different story.
I apologize because I was a single mom for a long time in the military, you know, and I found out some things happened to my son when he would visit the other side. I'm gonna say that. And I found out a couple years ago, and I said, well, I apologize for not being there for you to be able to share those things with me. I apologize for not being a listening ear. But what I also told him in that, you can't, because I said I was sexually assaulted twice in one night when I was in the military. You can't become a victim to that. You have to become a victor to that. You don't let that define the rest of your life. You don't do that. And I also tell my kids that just because those things happen to you, again, that's not who you are. I don't consider myself a victim. I was somebody something happened to. That's what I was. Something happened to me, and I ain't gonna say I'm completely over it because I do have some triggers. But like, if I get grabbed a certain way, it's a wrap. Your life is over. But you know. But
what branch was you in?
I was in the Army. 20 years, 6 months, 5 days. But
that's two.
They said
right
thanks
there.
for sharing that, Nicola. Victor, not a victim. Yeah, and that's big, Nicola. They said Wellness said, wow, deep words. Busy Mama said Wellness with Frugal Mama. Yes, children don't know how to come across. The word should deep as well. Trouble Busy said I was a troubled child. Don't give up. But I guarantee the issues are more than skin deep. All I wanted was my mom to do was apologize and see me. And I've been apologizing, and I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Can I say this, y'all?
Yes.
T, forgive yourself.
Yes.
Forgive yourself.
I have.
Because you're not doing anything wrong.
I have forgiven myself. I have.
It's not nothing that you have done because you got yourself together because of her.
Because of her. But does she know that? No.
But
yeah,
you know what?
I would say she do. I would say she does.
She does.
I would also
say she knows.
They will also use that as a way for manipulation. They use that as a tool for manipulation because it's easier to manipulate you than to take responsibility for your own life and do what you need to do.
Yes. Say that.
Yep, she is using it, Nicola. And I told her this morning, I said, you know what? You keep wanting to throw this up in my face. I said, I'm going to let you know. God forgave me. I forgave me. Everything forgave me. You haven't. That's on you and your God. I'm done with it. God forgave me. And I'm not going to keep apologizing to you because it is what it is. And it happened and it's over. And I'm moving on. And I'm not going to let you destroy my life. And I told her that.
And my son to say stuff like, oh, you this, you that, you that. I'm like, yeah. I said, but why you ask me for money? Why you still coming to me? If I was such this bad person, I'm like, what does my actions have to do with you? And you're 24 years old. What I did when I was 18, 19, 20.
And you here. But then you come in here and then you want to take it. You come in here on false pretense. You pretend to be one. The next thing you know, you want to go back into your old way of being who you are and rearing your ugly head. I said, Satan, get thee behind me. Get thee behind me. Because I'm going forth. I'm a victor, like you said, and not a victim.
Yeah. And I tell my son, I said, my actions, and you say your dad wasn't there. What does that have to do with you? being a productive member of society.
Exactly.
They don't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like when we were teenagers and all that stuff, that really don't have nothing to do with how you live in your life today. I'm not saying that there aren't some things that emotionally happens to kids in that situation. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying that use it as a tool, use it as a stepping stone to become greater. You know, because sometimes you got people like, oh, you never ain't gonna amount to this and you're not gonna be this. I'm gonna show you because I'm one of them people. I'm gonna show you. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Right.
I'm gonna show you all them negative words that you done spoke. Guess what? Watch me and see how far.
It's hard sometimes. And Wellness said she knows everyone has demons. There are times people sometimes don't want to move past forgiveness. So true, Rosalind said. It's deeper crutches and grudges that stop them. Yeah. She's got these grudges and shit that, you know, she's like, well, you did this, but what did you do? What did you do in all of this?
Oh,
and it's just like what Nicole, it's just like what Nicola said, you know, that she's using that as to manipulate you because she don't want to take responsibility for herself.
And Wellness, you're so right. I got to get out of here, y'all. Wellness, so right. I said this too. Sometimes we have a fear of success, like we can't live up to our potential.
Yes,
so
Lord.
That's what she's doing. That's what she's been doing too.
Good words.
Because she wants to hang. She wants to try to be the saver of all lost souls. But you're losing your own soul trying to save them damn lost souls. Because if you go back to math, you say you are a math magician, you like math, then they let you know a negative can't pull a positive.
Nope.
I mean, a positive can't pull a negative. A negative pulls a positive. A positive don't pull a negative. So you being in your positive state, thinking you finna change a person that's rooted in their negative state, you sadly mistaken. Stay in your positive state. Do you as a positive person and release that negative person. Yes. Let them do what they do negatively. When they come around you, you keep that shield of positive uplift and don't fall prey to that. But don't challenge it either, because once again, a negative will pull a positive down, not up, down. Go into math and ask. When
Yvette said, God hears your cry, and now the healing begins. You gotta be mean with the devil. You know from experience. Use your tools like the wrath of God. Busy Mama say, not everyone has learned strength. Nope. It is easier to rely on the scars.
Exactly, and that's the settlement. And that's the settlement that I see going on. And the mental fight, this alcohol, let me tell you, alcohol is no joke. But this mental fight, she's battling, and I see it. And it's delusional. It's delirious and delusional conversation. And seriously delusional. And it grants help. And I don't just mean counselor help. It grants deeper help than that. And God is the healer of all things. And
hey T, what you tell me earlier?
Even her mind.
You
what?
Couldn't no 11, 12-step program help you.
Didn't no 12-step program help me. It was the penitentiary that helped me.
So everybody got their own walk.
Their own walk. And so her walk is going to be, it might be different. And it might be harmful to her in a way. It might be. I don't know. But she has her own walk. And me, the mother, I love dearly my child. But I'm removing myself from that. And I might have to put her out. Because I'm right now, I'm her enabler. I might have to put her out. She can go nowhere else. She's burnt bridges everywhere. One cousin might let her come in, but that's it. Or the girl, or where she don't need to really be. But what do you say to that?
Just ask God to cover her on her journey.
Yeah.
Protect her in her time. And
the first thing she said, you always asking me all the time what I'm doing and all this kind of stuff. I said, I just be asking what you're doing. What you holding conversation. Well, you see, I don't want to talk to you. And I said, That's why I don't come upstairs. I stay downstairs all the time. I don't want to talk to you. You stay downstairs with all the lights cut off in darkness. That's not normal. Honestly, I just don't like all those lights. Always in darkness? No, that ain't normal at all. When I in my house, I'm opening every damn blind in here. I'm blocking that.
Hey,
I'm
G.
creating my house of that darkness.
Gee, what's the devil's? What do they call him? The prince of what?
Prince of
Darkness.
Evil, Prince of Evil,
Darkness.
Prince of Darkness.
Of
Right.
darkness.
Right.
And the way you described her room, she just, when she ain't there tonight, go anoint her room. Bless
Yep.
some of that
Open the
oil
window.
you got and go anoint her room. Anoint her bed. This is a spiritual battle. This ain't a battle between you and her fleshly.
Mhm.
Right.
You got to go in.
Yep.
Everybody, thank you so much. I got to get off of here. I got to get back to my thing.
Yep, go ahead, T.
Thank you,
We'll holler at you.
Marianne,
We love you.
for joining us. Mike, you too. Nicola, thank you so much, sister. Everybody on here, I want to say thank you. Thank you.
It's
You're
gonna be okay.
It says
It's
it's
already
good,
okay.
T. It's good.
It's already okay.
Yep, it's good. It is well.
It is well with my soul. It
It
really is.
is
And I have
well.
forgiven myself. And I have
It
asked God
is
to forgive me, and He
well
has. I believe
with
totally in my heart of hearts. He has. And so on. Open the window, clear it, and bless it. Yes. Open
Yes,
it. Let me
Lord.
open this window. Let me open this window.
You got some sage, burn a little sage in there. Purify your
Yes,
house
sir. Yes,
and
indeed.
her
Yes,
room.
indeed. Burn that.
Let me let this shit out my house. I got a sage incense. I'm gonna burn it.
That's
It
fine.
don't smell like you know them.
You got real sage in there that you put in your seasoning? Seasoning sage. Just take some of that and boil it in some water. Just put the scent of that sage in your house
Mm.
and pray.
Heard that before.
But make sure you anoint that room
I am, and that
and
basement.
her bed, and the doorknob. So when she touch it, she might feel the oil but won't recognize it.
Mhm.
So,
Thank you,
so that
T. Roz.
anointing oil will hit her.
Thank you,
Wow.
Rosalind. Y'all, I gotta go. Y'all
Yep,
take
go
care.
ahead, T.
Thank you,
All
Rosalind.
right.
I'm
Thank you
gonna
so much.
get Miss D to close us out today with some good words of wisdom through her poetry, and pick something powerful, Miss D. I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm gonna just step back off on the platform. I'm gonna give you the big screen.
freestyle.
All right, let me see what I
I
think.
think she needed just freestyle.
Yeah.
I-
Ooh.
I thought about doing the freestyle. Hold on real quick, because if I have what I call this shout out poem, and let me see if it's on my Google Drive, because it's not on my Google Drive. I might have to just freestyle, because that means the poem is on my phone and it's going to take a little too long to find out what folder it's in. Matter of fact, I think it's on.
Look at it, jumping. Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Hold on. I think it's on a piece of paper.
Piece of paper.
Yep, because I typed that poem up. It's my shout out poem. And I performed it. And I think that because of everything that we just talked about, for some reason, I just feel like that's the poem I should share. Because I do not know it by heart. That's why. But if I don't find it through this little power, we're gonna go with the freestyle, because I don't want to take up a lot of time. I don't know where it is. So and let me see.
It's in that library book over your head.
I do not see it in here. So nope. I don't see it in here. So we're gonna go with we're gonna go with something else. Y'all want to freestyle? Let me find the instrumental, and then y'all can go ahead and pick some words for me while I'm doing that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, y'all help the audience figure out what, you know what I'm saying. Unless y'all two just want to pick the words, y'all help the audience figure out exactly.
Right, we do that, Church. Let's give it the word. I'm gonna give it the word. Sage.
Sage.
Yeah. Church brought it up. I'm gonna go with stay with sage. Sage.
What else?
Power.
Power.
Yeah.
What else?
Commitment.
Enlightenment.
Ooh, that poem gonna be hot. What she
What?
said?
All right. So we got 4 words right now.
All
right, that's what we're going with.
How many you want?
Now, and I'll go with more if y'all give me. You look my. Oh, right. You don't know yet. Do you know that my new record is 15 words in one phrase? I was on Triple P's Metaphoric Mondays last week, and they started pouring them some words. And so he messed around and said, I want everybody in here to give a word, bro. They gave me 15 words and a phrase.
Wow.
I think I came on after that. I think I came into it after that, maybe.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I think before it was what, before 10?
Yeah, because I had went from 3 to 5, then 7, and then one day I ended up with 10. And yep, last week they gave me 15. I killed it. I was excited because that was quite a challenge, and I made it through that one. Okay, so I have mine. Okay. Let the commercial play real quick. This is YouTube, y'all. We do not own the rights to this music. YouTube, we are streaming and instrumental. Can y'all hear that? I never really understood the power that existed within inside myself. Every time I spend those nights in self-reflection, thinking about all of those times where mistakes just took over my mind, and I find myself remembering every foolish thought and activity that I participated in, and all of those things that contributed to my afflictions. They are nothing more than mere reflections of human fallacy, and honestly, I'm really getting tired of looking at me. So I spend some time in solitude alone, and I'm talking to God with no one else in the room, and I assume that every demon is surrounding me and trying to get me to revert back to all of my old childish ways, but I understand that there are better days ahead. I allow myself with my creator, and I allow myself to remit unto the commitment that I allow my time to be spent and release myself from the afflictions that have me caught up in the rapture of my own snares. I dare to clean my room with sage as I fight myself in rage, and I understand that I will become a sage because I will raise myself in wisdom, because I find profound wisdom in my mind and in my spirit when I find freedom with him. So sage is more than just an earthy herb that you spread around the room. It's something that you find that's deep within inside of you, because it's directly attached to wisdom. And sometimes we find ourselves saging ourselves in our own foolish wisdom when we find ourselves wise in our own minds and find ourselves judging our neighbors. So guess what? Sage is both positive and negative, constantly contradictions against each other. No wonder why you can use the same herb and clean up something and remit yourself of negative energies, because all of those positive and negative things don't always remit themselves unto synergy. The frequencies are unequilibrium vibrational patterns that I find to deviate myself from. So I enlighten myself with wisdom, and I move forward out of my childish ways. Because as an adult, someone who grows up in the spirit, I find freedom when I hear it, when I hear God's voice in every piece of music and every thought. When I decide to discern for myself where wisdom comes from, I separate myself from the world. I find freedom in his word. I find power in his word. I am blessed when I suffer. I'm blessed when I'm happy. I am blessed when I'm serving. I am blessed when he is transforming me, taking all of those toxic ideologies outside of me. The demon has no place in my life. You see, I fight him frequently. He's often the bully, trying to steal, kill, and destroy my spirit. But guess what? You can't bully someone that don't fear it.
Man,
Enough said.
I'm telling you.
Enough said.
Miss D, we got to have you back on, because I know we really got off the subject. we need to get some more of your poetry out here because
I was moving. It's
that
okay.
was incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And you had me fired up all day yesterday. My brother said, "What you hollering for?" I was like, "I don't know. Hell, I'm just passionate today." He said, "I'm sitting right here."
No, y'all got me too, man. I love that. That was actually probably one of my most favorite interviews, and I want to go back and watch the replay. I do like to go back and watch myself on.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch that again too, because that young brother that was on there, you were saying stuff, and then it was like he had wrote a poem before he even heard what you said, but it like piggyback linked on that thing so perfect. I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?"
Yeah,
Y'all went in yesterday.
we be on the screen a lot together. Him, me, Mike, and the other guy, Chaz. But I know you probably see them all the time because you be in.
Yeah, I know, brother Chaz. He from the Shy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my homeboy. I'm gonna get him on here too.
I like the exercise that y'all give me when y'all put me on the spot. You know, this is exercise for me, so I don't mind doing it. Even when I mess up, I'm not afraid to do it. Because it forces me in that moment to flex my vocabulary. You know, words have several.
The verbal obstacle course, and you be slamming that.
That's a nice title for that. I like that. Verbal obstacle course. Yeah, that's nice.
No, let me write that down.
That's a nice title for that.
Course. Hey, but
look at you, Joe. You going to a poet more every day, boy. Every week you be doing something. You expanding your poet etiquettes.
Yes, I'm trying. You know, everybody, we have our little things, and I like it. And it just, I guess, like I said, it spawned off of the members of my community. It was already something that I like to do. And because I kept talking about writer's block, and you know, members of our community, they don't like to hear you say writer's block. They're like, you know, so they started, you know, like just write. And I'm like, okay, y'all don't understand what it's like when I just write, because I'm one of those people. I think I'm causing my own writer's block because there's always too much going on up here all the time. And see, that's other stuff that I'll talk about. That's a different story. It's like a pinball machine going on up here almost at all times. So I have to work very hard to focus. And
I know I was blew away, Miss D, when you told me you was like, "I'm almost ready." I'm like, "What?" Almost. I was like,
focus. I struggle with short-term memory, and I do
that right.
woman with undiagnosed ADHD, but this one social worker, we never really confirmed it, but he said he didn't think it was that. He thought it was some other hyper attention something, because he had noticed a few things about me within them few minutes spending with me. So, you know, like I said, it's like a pinball machine. It's all day long.
Miss D, my sister is a lifelong educator. She taught school for 27 years, and she was a special education major.
Okay.
And she said the same thing that what's this brother's name? He's a black psychologist, and he's opening his own school. He was in Hidden Colors. He was arguing with Tariq Nasheed. I don't know why they fell out, but they was both some of the baddest brothers on that Hidden Colors. I can't think of his name right now, but he say he kin to Frederick Douglass, but that's not the point I'm making. Okay. The point I wanted to make was he was saying that ADHD was something that white supremacists came up with to label our children in order to medicate them with Ritalin and all of these mind-altering drugs to help the pipeline from school to jails. So ADHD, that means that you're not getting to the child. Everybody don't learn the same. Everybody, you can't sit down and say 1 + 1 is 2. You had to say, I got an apple here and an apple here. How many apples do I have?
Well, some of us, our brains function a little too fast.
Yes.
That's why they call it like, see, I I know it doesn't sound good. I never got I don't believe in all of that medication, but yes, like it is perfect.
I don't believe in ADHD.
Well, I don't, okay, because of psychology, right? Because I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So I'll just say this. I do not like the title, okay? I do not like.
You know, they do that to a lot of geniuses, right?
I know, and I found that out. But what I will say is when I took the time, because I used to want to be a psychologist, I just stuck to the technicalities of it. Even though we don't like the name, these people do take time to study human behavior, and this stuff pre-existed the doctors before, that doctor got to me. So all they did was find a group of similar behaviors, and they just gave it a name. And I do find that I do fit into that category. It's just a mood disorder. But then I also found other people that struggle with it, and I learned, blogs and stuff, and we supported each other through that. And then I overcome it without medication. I was able to calm myself down. I did not allow I tried medication a little bit, but I don't like the side effects. I don't like the fact that one of them they tried to put me on, I couldn't get, they told me not to die. Make sure you don't get pregnant while you're taking this medication. I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm not about to take it. And I'm looking at the side effects. One of them gave me suicidal ideations. I had to get off of that.
How's that going to help?
That's not going to help me if I'm dealing with depression. You're going to give me medication to help me, but it's going to cause me to want to kill myself? No. All of it.
That's defeating the purpose.
But let me tell you how God works. Let me tell you how I go, because I was listening to all of that earlier. That's why I don't intervene with the work of God, baby. I quiet and I enjoyed all of it. But let me tell you what God worked. Around that same time, around 2012, I was still in the mindset. I had kind of moved away from the church, and I was walking around telling people that I was agnostic because I still believed in a higher power, but I really wasn't sure of what I believed in, because a lot of believers, I saw a lot of hypocrisy, and that bothered me. And I felt judged when I used to go, I'm coming to y'all for help, but you judge me, right? And away from that. But the funny thing about it, when I was still doing therapy in San Antonio, I had a social worker and a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist told me one time, he alerted me to the fact that he noticed that I have a tendency to mirror energies, because he watched my mood change at least a couple of times in one session, and he said he manipulated at least 3 of them. So and so I also learned, even after leaving that session later on, that I'm an empath. I did not know this about myself. So now I understand why I'm nerved in certain way, why I can't watch people cry, why if someone comes at me a certain way,
you feel it.
Because I feel it, and all I do is return it. And I can go places and people make me anxious. Like, that still happens to me. So I know that something in there that's spiritual. Now I understand it. And then he messed around and told me, do you ever think about a spiritual discipline? That's what he said. He said, sometimes I've learned that spiritual disciplines help people in your situation. That's all he really said. He kind of planted the seed. And then the social worker that was actually doing my counseling, she would ask me questions. She would ask me why, everything. And I would give her an answer. Then she'd be like, why? Keep asking me why until you can't ask me. And then you get down all the way to the root of the problem, and I'm able to just see it, and I can conceptualize, and I work through it. I messed around and looked into cognitive behavioral therapy, and I used Christianity to do it as a form of cognitive behavior.
Wow.
About everything, and I have gotten so much better. And people tell me now for the past few years that I make them feel calm, that I have this calm aura when they come around me. They love in my energy. I'm happy. And because, they see it. So that lets me know that what I did is working. So it was just so funny how God worked. He's my healer. That's the only medicine I needed. He came for me. I was rejecting him, and I was in a whirlwind mentally and emotionally because I was traumatized by other people. And I was filled with so much anger. I couldn't see straight, and I couldn't see my own power. And the enemy was trying to take me out. He was trying to take me out.
That's his job. That's his job.
I can't hear you. Take me out. He was trying to take me out. He was trying to take me out. And he'll get in your brain. Say something.
I wonder why we went. Something is wrong.
Oh, he gonna come back in?
Yeah, because that was me. Because you can't hear me. How about now?
Nope.
Still can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
I hear all y'all. I hear
Hello?
both of y'all. I hear both of y'all.
I can hear you, brother Mike. And
I hear
I can hear Miss D.
you.
Can
Good
y'all
then.
hear me?
Yeah.
Can
Yes.
y'all hear me?
I hear everybody.
Yeah.
I can't hear y'all.
You can't hear us?
Wow.
Go out and come back.
Yeah, go out and come
Okay.
back. While she out, I'm gonna read some of this chats over here. Yvette said, Mike Williams is my little brother, spoken words Mike, the poet, more than Jay's a barber. And she says she does poetry as well. She just got to feel it. That's how I am. I had to be motivated for it. And Divine Design said writer's block is real. And Nicola says my mind processes really fast too. And she said, look at God. He left the 99 to go after the one. I can hear all of you. 10 veils. I can hear everyone as well from the chat. Okay, let me bring her back in, y'all.
I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sure can.
But yeah, y'all, the
All
enemy,
right.
he was trying to kill me. He was trying to kill me. And the best way was to get into my head. And when I started, it was crazy because God came for me. Like he did that because that is where I was seeking my help. And so he used that. And they didn't tell me what they didn't tell me what spirituality to pick. All he said, he suggested spiritual discipline. So I went back to what I knew. So I felt like I was prompted. God, he knew I wasn't rejecting him. He knew that my thoughts about him had been tainted by the perversion. And it wouldn't be until a couple of years later that I would fully understand what perversion is. And I felt the judgment. Those in the faith, they don't operate properly. They're constantly judging folks that are coming there for help. And it's like at one point in your life, you were walking in the same shoes. So you can't, if you see it, then you know what to do, then teach. You know what I'm saying? Teach us what to do. Don't sit up in here and harp. Okay, so look, this is what this is, and this is what you do to get out of it. They weren't doing that. They turned their nose. A lot of them
Yeah.
turned their noses up at you and wonder why people running away from the church. But then you the same people that we turn around and you're not abiding fully in the
By
word
your
of God.
own,
But guess
look,
what?
dang,
God had to get me about that too. He didn't get me. He helped me understand a few years later. Even the most devout Christians are going to still fall short.
ain't nobody perfect. You just have
Exactly.
to be the best version of yourself that you can be.
Yep. So as long as we know people's heart posture, that matters. So look at their character. So it is what they do day in and day out. And so that way you can show people a little grace. But it took like a decade. It was crazy how they started with the doctors. And then I worked the night shift at San Antonio Military Medical Center because it had turned into that while I was there. And it was just myself and one other dude. And it was just us two overnight. And I tell y'all with absolute certainty, nobody gonna tell me different, because that dude believed in God, and people used to get aggravated with talking to him. It's like, oh, you always talk about God, and they're trying to get offensive. And I'm like, that's his right. If that's his conversation, he can talk about it. We don't have to sit around listening to y'all talk about this foolishness that y'all talk about all day. If that is what he chooses to revert to, that's what he chooses to revert to. You're not going to. They didn't want to talk to him, but I talked to him all day, anytime. And when we were there overnight, that guy used to talk to me, and I kid you not, with some of the stuff that used to be exchanged in that conversation, I was convinced it was God himself talking to me, because I gave dude hard time. I gave him a hard time, but he never stopped talking to me. That dude, we would stay there even after work for even over an hour, and that dude would be fellowshipping with me. And a year later, I would be right in the position where I was ready to deal with God on my own and spend my own time in solitude and talk to him. And it definitely changed the way that I saw stuff, the way that I was thinking, and how to notice, okay, yes, these people did this, but I don't want you to run away from me, because you know what I'm saying? Because they're doing this. So, and I got better and better every time. It's like, you need patience. You know what I'm saying? You're not
Yeah.
judgmental, but you need patience. You're temperamental. You need some self-control. You're a little rough around the edges. You need to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And I was, it was easier to accept those things because by then he had already broke me down. You know what I'm saying? He had softened my heart. And I think the only time that I truly felt, there was twice that I felt shame. Only twice. One time I felt bad is when I read what the word of God had to say about a contentious woman. And I had learned that I had become a contentious woman. It wasn't my fault, but I had become that. And I needed to heal from that. That's why healing is so important, because he had to tell me, you can't function in the capacity that I need you to until you do this. I need you to heal. I need you to soften up. I gave you words. See what y'all like. I grew up like the Apostle Paul. I just didn't come from an overtly religious family, but my mom kept my head in them books.
That's this Yvette kind of piggybacking that. She said she was raised in holiness. God set boundary lines and helped her make up her mind because that is instilled in her.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicola said, one plant, one water, and God provides the increase.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss D, we got to get ready to get off of here, but I got to have you back on, at your convenience. But could you hit us with one more before you get up off of here?
Yeah, I can hit you with one more. You going in and out. Can you still hear me good?
I can hear you fine. My voice going in. I'm gonna shut up then and let you have the flow.
Okay. I think y'all heard me say graceful already, huh?
I don't think so. I haven't.
Or even if y'all did, Mike heard it, but they haven't. So I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. This has a working title. This poem is entitled Graceful, and this is just in honor of National Women's Month. So I'm gonna give this for the women, okay? But men, y'all can get something out of it too. I won't apologize for being who I am. Throw shade on me says a lot about you. I won't apologize 'cause you feel some type of way. That's a no can do, that's on you. Pretty girls make the world go round. Pleasing to the mind, she finds time to speak life into the fight for the rights of the destitute. Fairly quiet but never mute, she's a beacon of hope, a vessel to be used. Attractive to the eyes, so it comes as no surprise that discretion serves her well. Captivating those who fall under her spell, she's fair and just and not afraid to fail. Courting courtesies gracefully, she plants seeds to those in need. She guards her tongue and brings good and not harm to the man who chooses to honor her heart. She's smart. Pretty features give her distinctions. Her intuition expels dark characters into remission because she listens to the grievances of the poor. A cheerful giver to those who adore the strength and dignity that adorns her core. So those blessed to be in her presence obtain closeness to the Lord. So she's praised with appraisals, rendering herself faithful. She watches over the affairs of her household. Keeping care not to deceive, she suppresses her charm because beauty is fleeting, and yet she's still pretty. Pretty girls make the world go round. I thought you knew that. Coco Chanel wedding. No, I can't do that. Poem.
All right. I don't know what Turk went to, but there you go.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
How you do that?
What, you take myself out?
Yeah.
I take an arrow and go on my picture and then remove myself from the stream. And
stop the camera or something?
Right to go right above where it says Blood Brother Mike. I don't know if you can see that though.
Yeah, okay. I see.
And then once you go on there, it'll pop up, it'll say remove, and then you just tap and it'll take you out so that
Oh, okay. Let me see.
it'll just be like if I do it, it'll just be you two. If me and you both go out, then it'll just be her.
All I can do is stop the camera. Maybe that's what you can
Maybe that's because
you the host.
I'm up under T's
You a
moniker,
host, yeah.
so I might have a little more control.
Yeah, you a host, so yeah, that's different. Okay.
But I also thank everyone in the audience who took some time to, express your relatability to me. It's relieving, to know that I am not alone in my experiences. It sucks to feel like you're alone. And I experienced that a lot in my life. I had to go through lots of things alone. Like I said, I lived like Paul. It just wasn't overtly Christian. It was just constant study my entire life, constant. And I spend an incredible amount of time alone my entire life. And I hated it. I used to hate it. I hated it with every fiber of my being, especially as a teenager going through adult experience rejection, people not want to be around me. And it sucks to be like that, especially when you've done nothing to anyone to deserve to be treated in that way. But I didn't realize it is my light. So when a lot of people don't understand what I'm getting ready to say, a lot of people misinterpret this scripture because they always think that this scripture refers about secrets, and that is not what that means. But I can see why they understand that. But they said, what's done in darkness will be exposed to light, because that's what happens. You put one candle in a dark room, what's gonna happen?
It'll illuminate it.
Mm-hmm.
And those demons that's hiding in the dark, what happens when that light shine up on? They snarl.
They run and they scurry.
There you go. But they're gonna snarl first, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna try to snuff the light out.
Thank you. So when you know that you're light, if you know that you walk up in somewhere and you rattle other people's energy without having, because I rattle people's energy when I'm telling you, I don't have. And now that I've had personal witnesses, I've been in several instances last year where people have been around me and they've personally witnessed this happen. So now I have witnesses other than God. So people know I'm telling the truth when they hear this or whatever. And they've seen me walk into places or just be sitting there and not having said a word to anybody and just chilling, and people just be coming for me and I handle them gracefully or whatever. So that's what happens. That's how you know. If you rattle people's energy when you enter the room, you better start paying attention to yourself spiritually, because that means you got something and God is trying to pull it up out of you. And so
hey,
I'm
Miss
letting
D,
him
what you
use
doing
it.
Thursday?
Huh?
You got something on your plate for Thursday?
Not yet.
That we got Thankful Thursday. I'd love for you to come on Thursday.
Okay, hit me up in the DMs, that way I can be
Okay. I will.
I don't want to keep talking because I know y'all gotta go, but
because they're getting ready to start charging. Once we go over 2.5 hours, then they charge about a minute.
okay.
All right. Well,
so hey, I just want to thank everybody for being on. Blood Brother Mike,
no problem, bro.
D the librarian. I just appreciate y'all coming on this morning. It was a rough start to this morning, and I'm glad y'all stepped in and with the encouragement and the love and all of the words. My day is gonna be good now.
Let's not forget Nicola
and Nicola and everybody else in the chats, that send up prayers and everything for T. I thank the Element family, everybody. We appreciate y'all and standing in the gap for T this morning, and it's gonna be greater later. And
greater later. All right.
I just appreciate all of the sentiment and the love and everything, man. It was a great show. I'm gonna have to go back and look at this one too. A lot of nuggets got thrown up in here today.
Yeah. Take some notes, boy. You take some notes.
And that freestyle was ridiculous.
Thank you.
Always. Because
Blood Brother Mike, I appreciate you coming on, man, and holding me up this morning, because
no problem.
I thought I was gonna fall apart.
Y'all looked him up. I said,
Oh,
he
I'm
called me.
glad
This
you-
thing didn't ring. I said, hey, he ain't called me. I said, let me go look. Let me go look on YouTube. Say, oh, okay. Let me get my stuff together. Let me go ahead. When the link come, I'm here. Bam, hit the link. I'm gone. Shoot. So it's
Yep,
all good,
so-
bro. You know how we fan, baby.
For sure. So reach back and give back. You know, if you see somebody and they need a smile, a prayer, a couple of dollars, a bottle of water, a 40 ounce, you know, if it's on your heart, just give. Don't worry about what they gonna buy with it. You know, you done your part. If God say give them some money, what they spending on ain't none of your business.
I want a 40.
You know. But you might be saving somebody else's life. They might want to drink so bad that they'll kill for it. And you spend $2.50 and save somebody's life. You never know what state of mind a person is in. So
Right.
I just want to say thanks to everybody. Bless up. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for all the love this morning. Miss D, I'll hit you in your DMs later on today. Blood brother Mike, you know, I'll holler at you all day long. Back and forth. I'll be in and out your chat room and stuff, everything, whatever. I know you ain't on today because it's Tuesday, but I'll probably be seeing you on Messenger or something.
Yeah, I'll be on A-Right Try 1 o'clock. Just for an hour.
Yep.
But that's it.
So I got to get ready to scoop because I don't want T fussing because I done made her spend some money. So check this out.
That music be popping. Oh, you all right? Did you close out? We still here? I can't hear you.
Okay, there I am. I'm back. Yeah. I appreciate everybody again. Yvette, Nicole, JB, Busy Mama, Frugal Mama. The list go on and on. Archbishop, Lord, Lee.
All y'all.
Yeah,
all
everybody, the whole Element family, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all stood up today. And I needed it bad. Frugal, everybody, you know. Thanks for being there when we need y'all. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Blood brother Mike,
sir.
I'll holler at y'all.
Yes, sir. Take care.
Peace.
Brother. Talk to you later. Y'all take care. Peace. And what my butt? Oh, I hit that one.
And